Am I the asshole for leaving a fake positive pregnancy test in the bedroom to catch my husband's mom snooping? My mother-in-law moved in with us a month ago. I began to notice my stuff in the bedroom being touched. I'd just throw them. Furniture rearranged, stuff moved around, etc. I felt like I was going crazy because my husband is the only one who has access to the bedroom and he doesn't usually touch nor come near my things. I figured it must be his mom walking in and snooping on my personal things. I told my husband and he said his mom would never. I had a huge hunch but couldn't install a cam in the bedroom to catch her in the act. So I got me one of those fake positive pregnancy tests and threw it in the bedroom's trash can. Note the trash can was placed in the corner near the closet. Literally the next day after I got to work, I got tons of calls and texts from my in-laws congratulating me for my pregnancy. My husband came over to my workplace and was all worked up about it, asking since when I was pregnant and why I didn't tell him. I asked how he found out and he said his mom found the positive test in the trash can in the bedroom. I asked if his answer just confirmed that she's been snooping in the bedroom all along. He had a realization moment, but demanded we stick to the bigger issue. I said there was no bigger issue because the positive test was fake, and this whole thing was done to expose my mother-in-law's snooping. He was not convinced. He had me take an actual test right in front of him, and he was livid, asking how I could lie about such a thing and break his mom's heart since I know very well that she longs for kids. I got a lot of shit because of this from him, his mom, and family, now calling me a liar and manipulator. Am I the asshole? Important info. Nothing gets taken or goes missing from the bedroom, just to be clear. Okay, so this was posted by Mila Throwaway 37. Let's start breaking down all the red flag moments here, just one by one. Number one, mother-in-law came to live with him, which happens. It's not an ideal situation, but it happens, right? That presents some immediate complications. Then, OP, the wife in this scenario, notices some stuff being moved around in the bedroom. That's a red flag that the husband should have taken seriously here. Then OP decides to set a trap, which I don't see anything wrong with because mother-in-law stomps all over several boundaries here. One, goes ahead and snoops in the trash can and pulls this pregnancy test out. Who goes and snoops through people's trash? Is she just that bored? Is this an idle hands issue? Who the knows? But nothing makes it right. She snooped. Shouldn't have snooped, did it. Red flag. Boundaries have been crossed. Then she goes even further. Thinks that OP is pregnant and decides to start telling everybody. Instead of asking, which would be the right thing to do. Well, no, screw it. Wouldn't be the right thing to do because she wouldn't have known, because she wouldn't have snooped, right? But let's say that she just found it randomly on the kitchen counter. This is the kind of conversation you have directly with the person to confirm and then to say, so who knows? Or is it okay to tell people? Instead of just going ahead and blurting it out to everyone. So mother-in-law knows no boundaries. We now know this. And husband, aka her baby boy, has completely taken her side here, which sucks for you. There's supposed to be this thing that happens whenever you get married, where he's now on your team instead of his mom's team all the time. But we often see this where a mother-in-law doesn't want to let go of her baby boy, and he remains brainwashed for the rest of his miserable life. That could be what happens here. Hopefully not. Hopefully you can get through this, but it kind of feels like this is gonna be complicated. This will not be easy. You know, I do often go taking strolls through the house, sometimes wandering into areas that I may be not technically allowed to be. But today's adventure took me straight to the trash can in the bedroom, and I found a positive pregnancy test. My baby boy is going to be a dada. My baby is going to have a baby. This was a big moment in my life that could only be announced through phone calls, billboards, press releases, and a video which I plan to upload online. And we had better get some antibiotics because I think we are going viral. That's about right, right? OP, you're not the asshole at all. You were completely justified in the trap that you laid. The fact that the trap worked doesn't make you an asshole. It just means that you've proven that she was crossing boundaries, which I hope were communicated in some way. Surely, either you, OP, or your husband communicated that, this area is off limits. Or should you have to communicate that to the mother-in-law? Should you have to say, don't go snooping in our bedroom? I don't know. You guys tell me what you think there. But a boundary was crossed when she snooped because OP was uncomfortable with it. We knew that already. But then she crossed an even bigger boundary by just announcing this pregnancy before talking to OP first. It was none of her business in the first place, and then she spread it around, making herself double the ass. Is mother-in-law a terrible person for this? That's the question here, because really we're at a AskCon 1 or AskCon 2. We just need to figure out which one it goes to. Right now, I'm inclined to say AskCon 2, because although she definitely shouldn't have done this twice, I don't know that it makes her a terrible person, makes her a shitty person, maybe not a terrible person. This isn't like an evil thing, I don't think. She just knows no boundaries. And yeah, that's going to be tough to deal with. That's going to be tough to have a long, fruitful relationship with, especially with her living there. That's got to change. You need to get that mother-in-law out of that house this instant. She's got to go, or your relationship is in big, big red flag trouble. You're not the asshole. Your husband's mom, the mother-in-law, is an AskCon 2, at least. Potentially an AskCon 1. Oy. I say lay more traps. She'll leave eventually, and husband won't like it, but you'll keep proving your point, and eventually he'll have to accept that.